speaking about losing stuff. In first of all, let's take stock of what are the things that you went to school with.
Okay.
You first term that you went to boarding school. The first did all the things that you went to school
The
with.
very first
Provisions,
day in just
items.
one.
Yes.
Okay. Going to boarding school, the very first day, you need a lot of things. You had your provisions, which comprises of gari, milk, bombita, cabin. Those were the basic things you need. Okay. You had your detergents, your soap. You had your books. You didn't have a school bag because it was just one, but you had your books, and then you had your clothes, your sandals, your shoes, your blanket, your bed sheets.
Oh.
So you needed all those ones. Those were the main things you need as a student, all in your bag. You had your mattress. So those were, okay, your bucket.
You had to take a bucket. It
Yeah.
had to be metal.
It
It had
had
to be
to,
a metal bucket.
yeah. But I took rubber. It was the worst rubber of all because it was that you could remove the hand from it. That hand didn't even last 2 days. It came off. So those were the basic things you need. Those were the basic things I took when I was going to just one. I remember them very well. So that was mine. What was yours?
Well, it was just about the same thing. I think I can recall. I remember when I heartbreakingly found out I was going to boarding school. I was playing. I said earlier, I'll play with my cousin. We just go around. We just finished like primary school now, so we're playing around, just having the time of our lives, no worry in the world. One day we just messed around and came back after a whole day's play. Got into the house and saw everything in twos.
Because it was two of you that were going.
We're like, what's going on? We checked. It was two mattresses, two metal buckets, two packs of soap, detergent in twos, Bonvita, milk, sugar, St. Louis. Had to be
St. Louis.
We
Yeah.
didn't go with Gary. Gary was the only thing we didn't go with. Obviously, no, we didn't know. It was the first.
Okay.
We didn't know. We got cornflakes, of course. Got a bunch of all the things we needed. Apparently, they had taken the executive decision to go ahead and speak to the school, and our uniforms were ready and waiting for us there.
Okay.
Houseware.
Yeah.
Got our sandals, got a bunch of things. That's how we found out. And so it was standard boarding school ritual that you had to carry your stuff yourself. So you had everything, you had the buckets, and then you wobble this way.
Mattress and everything.
Yes, mattress and this. It was. I believe that for seniors, seeing new junior students, new intakes come in with their whole personal effects must have been a sight. Just
A pretty sight to behold.
keep it coming.
Yeah. This.
Another set.
Okay.
No. Keep coming. Keep it coming. And so that was what that was. And so essentially, those were all the things that you had to go with.
Yeah.
Found out after our first term. First time, second time we're going back was like all those conflicts and leave it alone. Just give us Gary, sugar, kuli, and some money.
You're right.
And of course, my mom was gracious. Also, she's like, you know what? I'm going to do something extra. So she got meat, fried it, very dry.
And you put it in the line for you.
Yeah, we lived in the Abattoir area of Abuja.
Okay, yeah.
So a lot of meat, and it was affordable too.
Senior students didn't know you had that.
Here's what we did.
Okay.
We packed it in different nylons, buried it at the very bottom of the bag,
Okay.
loaded our clothes on it.
Yeah, so they never found out.
Never did.
So you guys are very lucky.
At some point in time, I think one of us forgot that we had it there, and it stayed there for a long time.
Wow.
We saved. We're cooking in school.
You're
But
cooking?
that's the story. Yeah. Bro, my boarding school was like no other. The school from the dining was so horrible.
Okay.
We'd come back and the school didn't have any fence. So we could go to, as some of the staff in the staff quarters had shops. So we could buy a grinded dehydrated okra.
Okay.
Get some seasoning, get some pepper, put some firewood together in the back of the hostel,
And you
put the pot on
prepare
it.
something.
Good.
Wow. Well,
Yeah. So we'll redo whatever they gave us.
We didn't have that because sometimes we're talking about being dangerous fire around.
School was a
anything
real
can
school.
happen.
My school was.
Yeah. But talking about all the stuffs you had and how you missed or how you lost most of them, because TS1 was the very first set that you came at, because you were not ever in control of anything you had.
You didn't know, you were still getting used to
Yes.
it. So what were the things how many things did you go back with at the end of the first time?
My uniform, my sandals. I guess that was it. Okay, my books, normally that's how it is.
You leave your books at school.
No, we carry our books, so we don't leave them in school.
Okay.
We normally
No, I
carry
left
our
my
own
books.
together with us. So, but I knew that I didn't really lose everything apart from my sneakers. Huh? My uniform, I came back with
You had
them.
sneakers.
No, you need sneakers for inspection. That's what you wear. White canvas, white sneakers. It's not your button. That's normal. It's normal in everybody's school.
It was not okay. I think I already sufficiently established my
Ah.
school was not like any other school.
So during inspection,
keep it going.
you wear your sneakers with your housewear. That's what you're wearing. When you're going out, maybe for like visiting with your white and white, you wear your sneakers. That's how our school was. So I lost my sneakers, which definitely nobody knew how it happened, but I lost it.
I know.
Okay. How?
You were careless and somebody was smart.
And one thing, in my school, there's a period where people lose their thing a lot. Close to closing time. When you're about to close, you see people start losing things because many people, especially senior students, are looking for transport money to go home. They spend virtually all their transport. Even after they brought them transport, they spent it. So things start getting missing from nowhere. I remember how my blanket got missing. Those senior students, I don't know what to say. Should I say go to police? What now?
I think you already said it.
Let me tell you what happened. Our senior students, they were mean. They were wicked. I had a very unique blanket my mom bought for me. Blanket has this ash color.
Yeah.
Then there was this red line, the stripes. Now, my own blanket was made of only those stripes.
Oh.
Only those stripes. That's how my blanket. So it was red line, yellow line. That's how big it was.
It must have looked like coat of many colors.
Yeah, it was a very beautiful blanket. I know when I got there, I was like, "Is this your blanket?" It's very strange. There were many things I rejected. When I was coming to school, my dad bought me a leather sandals, very nice leather sandals. When I got to the school, they said, "No, you can't take this to school because senior students will collect it." They had to take it back and buy me rubber sandals so that I could wear it. So how my blanket got missing? Normally, it's the cold period now. You're sleeping, you're covering your body. All of a sudden, you just see from nowhere, they slap you. When you wake up, they'll flash torch at your eye. You'll be like, what is going on? Before you know, boom, they and when you come outside, because it's night now, you didn't see.
Who thought about that?
Man, those guys, they were wicked. They were wicked. They just took your blanket, and that's it. You will find, and you know who took it. You know it was senior students that took your blanket, but you can't go to their hostel to go and say, I'm looking for my blanket. You know you're dead.
You're going to lose more stuff.
I lost that blanket. I didn't find it till one day. I saw it in the open of this, as in the veranda of our house. It was messed up. It was started. I was like, oh, I can't take this again now. And that's how I lost that blanket. We lost many things. We lost many things, many things. But the blanket was one that really pissed me off because I know how beautiful that blanket was. So that's it.
If I think about, I don't think I lost. How many things did I lose? I had two housewares. I lost one.
You had two housewares. I had just one.
I had two. Our houseware was red. Was a red trouser and a red check top. It was kind of like if you went to Kabe, if you know Kabe in Festac, it was kind of like what Kabe uniform was like.
Okay.
Well, that was our houseware. Our uniform was white, so I lost that one. Essentially, it wasn't too much damage. It wasn't too much damage. I had my bucket. I think my cousin lost his bucket, but then he recovered it. But I'm not. I didn't lose so many things. Perhaps because I didn't take so many things.
Wow.
Yeah, just had the bare basics. What I did know is I picked up quickly. I picked up quickly what the school was like.
Okay.
And so within the first 2 to 3 weeks, I finished all my provision. Ate up everything.
Wow.
It was probably distress eating.
Okay.
But government college cafe stressed me. This traumatized me a lot.
Like I said, the only thing I had that was left, as in, they gave me 3 cabin biscuits. So I ate 2. Towards the end of the term, I had just one more left, and that was the one that everybody ate that day because they said, "How is it that you had this till now? Nobody knew you had this."
Well, how is it that cabin became prime currency? You could get yourself out of a lot of trouble for cabin.
Yes.
So I'll give you 10 cabin. Give me.
Yeah, it was like, what you use for trade and barter? Use to buy this.
You get into trouble. Senior's about to flog you. Be like, senior, I'll give you 20 cabin.
You could do that.
Cabin was prime currency in my school.
Oh, you don't tell people you had cabin, or even seniors will come for you and they get everything.
What I did know about I knew about this one guy who lost everything in the first. He lost everything. Went back with just himself
Oh.
at the end of the first term. By the second term, this guy on some comeback
Part two.
had two of everything: houseware,
Oh.
uniform, buckets. I think the only thing he didn't have two of was his mattress.
Hmm?
He stole
He
back
lost his mattress
every
too.
some people were brilliant at stealing stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they had this thing that they'll do where they pinch your
Mattress.
mattress.
Yes. Now, getting to that mattress, let me tell you, the moment your mattress tore, showing only the foam, you know you're in trouble. Yeah. Now, our school now, we had this problem of water. You need to walk very far to get water. So after you've eaten your morning food, you just keep your plate under your bed and go to class for morning. Now in the afternoon, when school closes to dining starts by 2:05. So you had to wash that plate that you used in the morning. And there's hardly water in the hostel. You had to go to the well. Now, the dining was somehow not too far, but it's close enough. But the well was more far off. So you're not thinking, before I get to the well to wash my plate and then come back to the dining, probably I'll be the last person on the line and I might not have
You will
enough
not get
food.
food.
So what you do is that you just look around, nobody's watching, go to somebody's mattress that was empty, and just cut it, clean the plate. You run and make sure you're among the first 10 in the dining hall. And that's how many people's mattress got stolen. Many people were damaged. We even use them for mopping.
Oh yeah.
Some people's mattress, when they say mop this place, just
Mop the floor.
somebody will just tear it and then use it to mop the whole
Clean
ground.
floor.
It was
Like,
really, it was disgusting what
how
we
is
did.
it that the floor is clean and it also coincides with me losing a fraction of my mattress?
It was mean. It was mean. Well, thank you very much, everyone. Icon, that was another beautiful edition on boarding school. This is Memory Lane, and remember, we are on all platforms. Check on the screen. Please tell us about your own experience in boarding school. What is it you lose when you were in boarding school? Just write it in the comment section. Don't forget to follow, like, subscribe, and follow us back. Definitely, we will give you a follow back. Thank you very much, Memory Lane. Icon.
Peace.
Yeah. My